All right, now that we have pissed and got new
The
beers.
proper phrase is relieved yourself.
Oh, yeah, really. Well, whatever. I don't need to be proper here. It's beer night. We got new beers. Now we're finished with sports segment. Finish that one, will you? Music segment here. Music time. We usually do a top 5. We're not doing it this time around. We're gonna do something a little different. Chris didn't want to do great albums of 2024, but I'm gonna give you my list of albums of 2024 that you should have
I like
listened
how you
to.
preface that I didn't want to do it.
No, he didn't want to do it. No, because he doesn't listen to new music. Apparently,
I
Doesn't
do.
have the
It's
time.
just it's just
Doesn't have the
I
time.
can't keep up on
You
everything.
need a-
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
I'm with you on buying music. Okay, 100%. Buy your music. Buy the actual physical copy. I'm with you on that. But you also need to listen to it on Spotify. Get Spotify and just
Fuck
listen to new
Spotify.
music. Listen to new music. And then if
Spotify's
you
the
like
devil.
You like it, you buy the music. That's what I do. So, my top albums of 2024 are Nightwish, Wilden, whatever it's called.
Yesterwind.
Yesterwine.
Wild? Well, there's no L in there.
Whatever. Blood Incantation.
Blood Incantation.
Incantation.
Yeah. You see what I deal with
I
here?
know. Absolute Elsewhere is a fantastic album.
At least you can say elsewhere.
Yeah. Shit. Judas Priest, Invincible Shield, Unleash the Archers, Phantomana, or Phanoma. There you go. Jerry Cantrell, I Want Blood. Cantrell. I Want Blood. Linkin Park, From Zero.
Stop it.
And Opeth, The Last Will and Testament is my list that I got so far. Which one album do you think is the great of 2020?
What are they again?
I would give Opeth the even though they came out literally like this month, like not December. Yeah. Sorry, December. I feel like we're still in fucking December. It came out in December. It's fantastic album. Have you listened to it yet?
No,
because you don't own it yet. Right?
No. I mean, honestly, the only reason I haven't is because I've been busy listening to a bunch of other shit that I got that was, from
I feel you.
Other
good
stuff.
album, fantastic album. Even Nightwish.
No, what I've heard of is the Nightwish album's great. It's great. I have listened to that extensively.
Yeah. So, Blood Incantation is new to me. I never listened to them before. I listened to their new album, Absolute Elsewhere. It is fucking great, dude. Like, wow. New band, new album that I'm intrigued.
What would you compare it to?
It's fantastic. It's definitely death metal, progressive death metal. Mm-hmm. Very like that kind of genre. It's like it's got the progressive parts to it. Like I didn't expect this to go that way, kind of thing, and then but it's the death like stuff, like the whoa, and like some of the playing as well, but like the progressiveness of it is fantastic. I wouldn't maybe Opeth-esque, but not crazy like them. But it's more.
When you say crazy, what do you mean crazy?
Crazy progressive. It's more of straightforward progressive. Like they have
not crazy progressive, but straightforward progressive.
Because crazy progressive can just fucking goes fucking elsewhere.
Well, what's your idea of crazy progressive? Not to me, Opeth isn't crazy progressive.
They have crazy moments. Maybe crazy theater crazy.
To me, crazy progressive is Between the Buried and Me.
Maybe
Periphery, right? The ones that get super like abstract and jazzy.
It's more of what's the word I'm looking for? Like has a map. It's not like bouncing around everywhere. Okay. You know, it's straightforward.
It's more linear.
Linear, yeah, progressive as well. You know, but it's like the music is fantastic. I love the music. Definitely check that album out.
So going back to Opeth, so this And again, yes, I'm behind on this a little bit because I've been listening to a bunch of other shit which I don't really need to get into. But I find the whole hype over Opeth doing growls again to be a little cheesy, honestly.
Really?
Because it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't mind the progression that the band made.
Yeah.
And that they decided to go away from that. Coming back to it feels like I don't dislike it. I don't dislike the fact, and yes, I haven't listened to the whole album. No, I have not. But I have listened to quite a bit of it, and I like it. I do. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it at all. But I also feel like the hype surrounding the return to death growls is just kind of cheesy to me. Like it's just I don't know that it's that big of a deal. Like, is it that big of a deal? Like, to me, it's just a band playing shit. Like, I don't know. You either like it or you don't. I don't know that we need to have this referendum on the band returning to the old style. Like, even like we talk about Metallica and stuff like that. Like, when they returned to the old style with like Death Magnetic and stuff, I loved it. It was great, but like I wasn't like, it didn't make me necessarily think it was a better album than say Load just because they returned to the old style. It probably to me was a better album than Load, but not just because it was thrash metal, just because I happen to like the songs more. I don't know. It's just kind of this thing where it's like I struggle with the metal elitists because they're douchebags. They really are. And this idea that like a band has to stay inside of whatever box the fans have created for, not the band, but the fans have created for them, which is completely bass fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Because that's not how art works. I'm sorry, it's not. The artist decides where their boundaries are, and if the artist decides that they want to stretch their boundaries to whatever fucking direction, then that's the artist's choice. Now you don't have to like it. No, you could be like, I don't like that, and whatever. I only like your whatever previous albums. That's fine. But I don't like this idea of because they're now returning to form, so to speak. Like that narrative, I just have a problem with, and that's the way it's framed a lot of times. It's particularly with metal bands, and at the same time, I don't have a problem with the band doing it. Like, if Metallica feels like they want to play thrash again, fucking A, do it. I'll probably love it because you do it well. Yeah. If Opeth decides they want to do death growls again, great, go do it. I'll probably love it because you do it well. Same kind of story. There's just this weird kind of like distaste I have for the idea of the fans being satisfied. I don't know. It's just. I feel like the artist should do what they want to do. If that's what they want to do, great. But and I'll eat it up. And what I've heard from the album so far, I do really like. It's not like I'm hating on it or anything. I don't like the narrative that a band needs to go back to something in order for them to be
great. It's fantastic. Or better
to recapture past greatness. Yeah. Because to me, what Opeth did when they went away from that shit was great. It
was great, yeah. It was good stuff.
It doesn't have to be better than...
Sorceress was great.
Sorceress was fantastic. That's probably my favorite album of their even the fact that we have to say they're non-death
metal growls.
Yeah, it's like... It's silly. It's because it's just a band making music and doing art. Like it's just like we shouldn't differentiate. Well, and maybe this is overly idealistic. And maybe it is. But
it's because if a band, obviously a band changes from time to time. Like different sound, different thing. You're not going to stay the same unless you're AC/DC or Slayer. But Opeth made that conscious decision to not do growls. Okay, we're not going to do growls from here on out, right? We're going to sing and do different things, and then go back to it. Is like you could be fans of I like both. I like him when he growls and sings.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got a great singing voice. It's fantastic. Yeah. And their older albums with the growls and sings, everybody liked. So when the band makes a strategic decision to not do growls, like at all, zero, no more, right? Those fans that love that part of that band, like, well, I love it when you do both at least, or maybe a whole song of growls, or like now not doing it all. I kind of don't like it as much. So I understand how fans could be upset at that. And to me, the band's decision to go back to it, because this album has both, has singing and growling. It's back to the ways that they did before when they consciously made that decision not to. So,
well,
like, I understand how fans could teeter on
sure.
both.
And it's not that I don't understand it. Again, look, it's an easy comparison to make to Metallica, but for the sake of argument, I'll make that comparison. Yes, I can understand how people would have a problem with it. The problem is I don't identify with it.
And then
I don't identify with this idea that because it's not what I've always liked before, that therefore I cannot appreciate it and have an open mind towards it and find things that I do like. I don't identify with that mentality. Just because you liked something better before. We have this argument with Marvel all the time, with Marvel Studios. It's like, just because it's not what I liked before doesn't mean I can't find things to appreciate with it, because these are talented people putting this together. Yeah. So just because Load wasn't thrash metal does not mean that I can't listen to the songs and be like, wow, there's some amazing songwriting going on here. Because there was. There was. And just because they weren't doing death metal anymore doesn't mean I can't listen to Sorceress and Heritage and what was the one in between? I'm blanking.
Sorceress, Heritage, and I can't remember either.
Yeah, which I actually like better than Heritage, but not as much as Sorceress. Yeah. But then the one after that, I can't remember the name. The Beers. I'm sorry, guys. We should really
Beers.
Yeah. But
let me see if I don't remember if I own
but
it.
I like all those albums, and I found things to appreciate in all those albums, and when you do that,
Incognita Vernon, whatever, Venom, this one right here, and oops, sorry.
And what was the one I was amazing?
Damnation, right?
Damnation was the acoustic album. People love that one,
but it was that one. It was the
that's the last one before.
That was the last one before that.
Just
whatever.
We don't need to be looking at that on camera.
No, we don't. No.
The point is that I liked everything that they were doing, even if I didn't like it as much as Ghost Reveries or Blackwater Park. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't. Not everything has to be Master of Puppets. Not everything has to be Infinity War or Endgame. Like, not everything has to be Raining Blood. Not everything has to. Like, there are degrees. There's always degrees. Not everything has to be fucking Back in Black, even for a band that always sounded the same. AC/DC had albums that weren't as good.
Yeah.
Even though they sounded the same, they weren't as good. The songwriting wasn't as good. Does that mean that I have to be like, I don't know, this album sucks? No, no, I still like it. There's still good stuff on here. There's still stuff to appreciate. I don't need death growls to make me appreciate an album. Now, that being said, I'm playing both sides a little bit here because I do like the death growl stuff as well. I don't like this idea that because they're going back to it, that all of a sudden we have to, or not have to, but all of a sudden it's like, ooh, everybody gets their blood boiling. Like it's. But by the way, again, to make the comparison, it's a lazy comparison. I agree to Metallica, but just to make it, because we're short on, or at least we should be short on time because we're running way long. When Metallica went back to thrash metal with Death Magnetic, it's like, sure, we could be like, okay, well, they didn't need to do that, and I didn't think they needed to do that. I had no problem with what they were doing before because they wrote great songs, and time has told that they have written great songs. Fans have appreciated the stuff they did on Load and Reload a lot more over time. It's just out there. You can disagree with me all you want, but then you're wrong because fans have appreciated it more and more. It's come up more and more in live shows and more in internet message boards and shit like that. But yeah, hearing them play thrash metal again was refreshing. And even on Saint Anger, like hearing them play fast and hard again was refreshing. I liked it a lot. Despite the production values of the album, I liked it because I'm like, they're playing fast and hard again. This is cool. Yeah. And so I get it from that aspect. I do. Yeah. It's not like I'm hating on the fact that they went back to it. No, I like hearing it. I do like it. I just don't feel like we should overly celebrate it just because of that.
Yeah.
But now it's Opeth, and they also write great music.
They're great music.
So
Music
it's
part
not like
is
it's not like they didn't do something well. I like listening to bands do what they want to do because that's the nature of art. To me, when I look at what an artist truly wanted to do, whether it's Metallica or Opeth or anybody else, that's when it's magical. And that's what I always felt like both of those bands, by the way, have always done. And them going back to it, I'm all for it. I am. I just you know what it is? Here's what it is. Here's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I like that the band went back to it. What I don't like is that all of a sudden now people are paying more attention to it. I think that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what kind of annoys me. It's that because they made brilliant work before this, but people were like, there were still plenty of people that loved it. Yeah. But then now all the elitists are back on it. Like they're coming back to Death Crowds again. Death Crowd. It's like, okay, they were great before this. They were. They made great music and they did great shit.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just off on a tangent.
Jesus Christ. You always are, dude. I could tell you've been off for 3 months. You need to get a lot off your chest. Good Lord. We're not doing a top 5 edition here. We're going to do some random music questions for you that you're dying for answers of. So I'm going to throw some questions at you. Answer them as best you can. I'll answer them as well. What album or artist is always on listening rotation for you? You can choose like artists.
There's so many.
Like what is so many go-to like artists that you just it's always.
I mean, there's
on rotation.
You want the list because that's a long ass fucking list.
What's your number 1? Is what I want. Is it Metallica?
I suppose Metallica is probably
Black
number
Sabbath,
1, but I mean,
Black Label, Pantera.
No, those aren't number 1. But I mean, you want number 1?
Number 1
too many. It's like asking me my favorite song. I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? This is nonsense.
I'll give you mine. Like, at least Korn is probably mine. Like, I listened to Korn on the way here a little bit. You know.
That's no.
And then the albums that I listened to them are probably the first 2. Maybe Untouchables is my go-to albums from them.
Really?
Yeah, Untouchables is fantastic.
Untouchables.
I love Untouchables, dude. It's a fantastic album.
It's very hit and miss for me.
That's good. I love it.
I mean, it has its moments. Don't get me wrong, but it's not.
It's good.
It's not consistent.
I love the majority of the songs on there.
Well, okay. It's okay to be wrong every now and again.
It's okay to be right too. You know. Yeah.
Korn Untouchables. Like this is the.
Yeah.
That's where you're going.
The first 2 are obviously the ones I listen to, but. The next one would be Untouchables.
The first 2.
First 2. Korn and Life is Peachy.
Life is Peachy.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't anticipating having a Korn conversation. Although I should have with you.
Hey, come on.
I should have assumed we'd have a Korn conversation. Yeah, it's like WWE. Eventually it's going to come up.
But like, okay, if your number 1 is Metallica, what album is usually?
I don't have a go-to, man.
Rotation.
No, see, here's the thing: I don't have a go-to band. I don't have a go-to album because I like variety. Yeah. I do like. If you're talking about like, if I was to narrow it down to the most influential bands on me, let's say it would be Metallica and Led Zeppelin. Yeah. But I'm not going to say that there's like an album I go to for both of those because there's really not, especially Zeppelin. I mean. Yeah. Sure, Metallica could say, "Oh yeah, Master of Puppets is the best album," but there's so much great shit outside of that that I feel like you're taking away from that by saying, "Oh, Master of Puppets is like all the great shit before and all the great shit after." Yeah, it just kind of goes unsung when you do that. Zeppelin, to me, is pure piecemeal. Like it's like there's not like there's albums that have more songs on them that you'll go to than others, but then like.
Physical graffiti for graffiti.
But it's almost unfair
for me. But
it's almost unfair because it's double album.
Yeah.
So it's almost unfair because all the rest of the albums have only 8 songs on.
That's true. It's true too.
Because it was back in the days of vinyl when you had short albums. So it was like every album was less than 45 minutes. So when you get a double album, it's like this big opus. All right.
All right.
So there's not a. I go through waves. So like for example, when you had me do the Spotify bullshit,
Yeah.
like the band I listened to the most this past year was Amorphous, which I love Amorphous. They're fantastic. Am I gonna say they're my favorite band of all time? No. Is that my go-to band for everything? No, because I don't have like it's just it's a variety. It's a variety of things. So it depends on mood.
Mm.
If I was to list, how about a list of a top group, right? Would that make you happy?
Well, no, we can move on if you want. I got plenty more questions to go to. So,
What would you prefer?
let's move on here. What does this say Metallica for you?
It's not Metallica, but whatever.
Whatever. Favorite, no, this is more of playing. Favorite song to play on guitar or favorite song to sing? You're not a singer as much, but what would you like to sing as well? So what's your favorite song to play on guitar? What's your favorite song to sing?
So this is more of the same. I don't have a favorite song to play guitar.
Really? You don't have like you
No.
get amped up more on a certain song?
Not for
that you
one
would,
singular
like, cover?
song. There's so many. There's just so many. Like I like to play a lot of shit. There's not just one.
What's your favorite artist to play then on guitar? Is it Metallica?
So on this one, sure, I would probably go Metallica because they're not always my go-to band to listen to, but they would be my go-to band to play on guitar because I really like the interplay between the rhythm. James's rhythm style is so much fun for me to play because there's just so much attitude and power and aggression in the rhythm style. And then the leads, I always identified with Kirk's kind of like melodic sensibilities on the lead. So my lead style of playing is not completely like his, but it's heavily influenced by his. So my lead style is probably closer to that of like a Zakk Wylde, for example. But as far as playing solos, Kirk's were always very fun because of the melodic aspect and kind of just the way he constructs them were always very fun to play.
Yeah. What about
so that combined with James's rhythm style always makes the song and the structure and the way the songs build and kind of how they're laid out makes them always really fun to play. The transitions and everything like that makes them really fun to play as well. So I suppose I would go that way.
What about singing? Like I know you're not a singer, but what would be your go-to like karaoke like song you would?
Well, you're talking about what I like the best or what I can sing karaoke because it's two different things.
It's true too.
It's very much two different things. Because what's in my wheelhouse is totally different from what I would actually prefer.
What's in what can you sing? What would be number one karaoke that you can?
What can I sing?
Yeah. What number one that you would pick that you can sing to?
I mean,
your first song on karaoke. What would it be?
Probably. This is a cheap choice because it's like everybody's karaoke song that has a vocal range and my range is probably Plush by Stone Temple Pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can hit every note on that, like no problem. It's just in my wheelhouse. Turn the Page, both Seeger's and Metallica's versions, I can kind of hit. There's one other one. What am I thinking of? It's blank. It's escaping me right now. But there's another one that I would go to. But those two are big ones.
Big ones. I would for me for playing music like bass wise, I would go. I love playing For Whom the Bell Tolls on bass. I love playing Creeping Death on bass from Metallica. My favorite 5-string one would be Roots, Bloody Roots by Sepultura. It's so fun. It's so easy, but it's so fun to fucking play on bass. It's great. Singing wise, like if I had to pick one, like my number one would be. It's so fun to sing. It's Stand Up and Shout from the Rockstar soundtrack from that movie. Oh,
written by my guy Sammy Hagar. I love me some Sammy Hagar.
Like I can't
sing Sammy Hagar to save my fucking life.
I can nail it. I tried. If I can nail it, I nail it, bro. If I don't nail it, well,
then
my
it's bad. It's bad. Yeah,
bad. But I can nail it from time to time. So That's like my number one go-to. Or the one,
I wish I could
one
sing
beer.
Sammy Hagar. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
Yeah, that one. But
See, that
was fun. That's a fun one.
That's pretty much in my wheelhouse too. I've just never tried it because there's so much lyrics.
It's long.
Yeah,
it is.
Too. Yeah,
it's long too.
But that's in my wheelhouse, vocal wise. Like I could sing George Thorogood. That no problem right there.
What band would you love to join and play an instrument to? If you had to pick.
Oh my God! Talk about a long list.
Whoa,
Jesus Christ, man!
That's all I need.
It's a long ass fucking list.
I don't need a list. I just need one band.
But there's not one.
Well, you gotta pick your first one.
I suppose you know what? Just to keep the the legacy going, I would love to play with Ozzy. It'd be great to play with Ozzy.
Play with Ozzy. Yeah. You play guitar? Yeah.
No, I play drums.
You play drums.
Fucking idiot. What fuck kind of question is this?
I don't know.
God.
If I would play, I would either play with bass on with Slipknot or bass on with Korn. If I had to, try and do, is my go-to there. Let's see what else. What decade of music do you listen to the most? Or like what decade do you think has the best metal music?
Metal music?
Metal music, yeah.
Metal music.
It would be the 80s, right?
I guess. But I mean...
But what decade do you listen to the most, though?
I don't know. It's so hard to say. I listen to...
You listen to everything, right?
Yes, I do. Like, you're trying to pigeonhole me into...
I am trying to pigeonhole you a little bit.
It just doesn't work, because I listen to so much shit. I really do. But... So, to me, music was the most free in the 70s. So, 70s, like... Yes, we like metal, and metal came to its own in the 80s, but music was free in the 70s. Yeah. You could do whatever you wanted, and it was respected, and it was loved, and it was beloved in the 70s. Yeah. In the 80s, it started to transition. Like, now you still had guys like Van Halen. Yeah. To me, Eddie VH was an extension of the 70s. Yeah. And, but when it transitioned, it started transitioning into hair metal and became poppier and became more in a box. Yeah. It changed. So the 70s was when rock music and hard rock music was the most pure, because there was still the improvisational element and the jam element, and the kind of like the freedom to kind of do whatever you wanted, and people ate it up. Yeah. As it got later, people still ate it up in the 80s, but it was a little minimized. And then in the 90s, it was minimized even more. It became much more song-centric and radio-centric and pop-centric. People come to your shows, they want to see the hits, and they don't want to see you deviate from the hits. And they don't want to see you play a 10-minute version of the 5-minute hit song, like they used to do in the 70s. Yeah. In the 70s, you could fucking rock that shit. People would eat it up. People would eat it the fuck up. And then to me, that's
6-minute Days Confused.
There's a beauty to that, because it's just musicians just playing. There's playing, and there's still a niche for that. Like, people will still go see, Fish isn't my idea of 70s Led Zeppelin by any stretch of the means live, but people would still go see them to get that kind of that same vibe of a live show. And you just, because you don't have that in the mainstream anymore.
Not anymore, no. All right, here you go. I'm more of, like, I listen to kind of like new stuff, so like maybe now in the 2010s, I kind of go back to the 90s as well for a lot of my music as well. 2 more questions for this music segment. Is there a specific song that holds a special meaning to you?
There's a lot. Again, a long list. Like you always want to narrow it down to one song. There's so many.
Bro, come on.
That's part of being a music lover, is you have many. Like, we're not casual music listeners around here.
Do you have like a like one with your wife? Do you have a song for that? Do you have a song for meaning with a friend? Any kind of special, meaning.
No,
I'll give
nothing
you
like that.
I'll give you mine real quick.
Okay, I was about to say something, but go ahead. Whatever.
Seven Dust, Angel Sun is
Okay.
kind of one of mine. It's
a fantastic song.
It's a fantastic song. It's got a meaning to my buddy that passed away long ago, and that song resonated with me. So I got his, I don't know if you can see it on here, but I got his name tattooed on me there. But that song has a special meaning for me. And the Eagles' "Best of My Love" is gonna be my wife's song, so that kind of has a special meaning.
I hate the fucking Eagles.
I know
man.
you do. But
That's a line from a movie. Come on.
Yeah. But
Big Lebowski. Jesus, catch up.
No. But that song has a special meaning to me as well. So those are the two songs that have
for me
special meanings.
For me, what had a lot of meaning for me and what made me want to play guitar, there was two things. There was Master of Puppets for sure. The construction of songs, the structure, and the meticulousness of it was very. It just seemed there was just this element of like godliness that was there. It was like this way with twist and turn, but still seems like a train on the tracks, like a freight train going down. Even though with twist and turn, it was just very in your face and kind of brutal. That appealed to me right away, and there was this overwhelming frenzy, but it's so controlled, and so structured, and that was really cool to me. The flip side of that was one of the biggest influences ever was listening to Zeppelin playing live. The Song Remains the Same soundtrack. The live versions of Dazed and Confused, Stairway to Heaven, and No Quarter, especially. Yeah. Oh. Like, those are so godly to me. Yeah. Not the edited version of No Quarter, the 10-minute version. No, the 12-minute version. The 27-minute version of Dazed and Confused. Yeah. The 11-minute version of Stairway to Heaven, when the album version is 7 minutes. It's like,
since I've been loving you too. Ooh.
Yes. But like that stuff to me was hearing that band play live. There was so much power there, and hearing the improvisation and like the Dazed and Confused version, 27 minutes. It never lost my attention. I would always be a nerd and want to play that for people and be like, "Listen to this, no, listen to this, now listen to that." For fucking 27 minutes, they'd be like, after 5 minutes, they'd be like, "Dude, I can't take this anymore." Like, no, we got a long way to go. It's true. Because I was just into that shit. Like, I loved it. I loved every aspect of that. So hearing that was like that to me was like, I would love to play shit like that. Yeah. And it's not for everybody, but that was kind of my, was my inspiration, if you will, for being a musician and playing it, certainly playing guitar, but just that organicness of the music and just a band just going and going, and just fucking crushing in a live atmosphere, not edited, nothing, just crushing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Inspiration of
the what?
In the inspiration of what's the word I'm looking for? Like spontaneous, like the song that spontaneity that we would do with Speak, and then it became The Devil's Grip and all that. Like how that solo section kind of inspired you with just
and that
improvising.
Was but even then, like I said,
we used to play live.
So when it got to the 80s, it was reduced, and when it got to the 90s, it was reduced. The bands were still doing that, but it was always cut back. So by the time we were doing it, it was like we were like, it would be really cool if we did this because our inspirations are there, but we still couldn't do it to the level that they were doing.
Oh yeah, no way.
Because music wasn't there anymore, and we would lose people in a live setting. We would just lose. We already did lose. We did with what we did. We already took it too far.
Who's sire? Who's? Well, no.
Well, but we already, in a lot of people's eyes, we already took it a little too far, and we didn't take it nearly as far as they did. But that was the beauty of the 70s to me, is that you could do that, and people ate it up. The fans understood it. They understood what was going on, and they liked it.
They did.
And there was a lost art in that because now when you go to a concert, you don't go to hear bands play like that. You go to hear bands play what you hear on the radio. And that's a shame. It really is a shame because you are not hearing musicians play. You are hearing them just play the song, cookie cutter version, boom, 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 A to B. That's it. You're not hearing musicians be musicians. It's totally different.
Yeah. One more music song, we'll be done with music. Music song. One more music question, we'll be done with music. Back in the MTV days, what was your favorite music video to watch back in those days? When MTV had music videos playing on rotation. Did you
My favorite music video?
Yeah, you had a good, just love the video itself. Love the way the song
I guess
inspired with the video,
the obvious choice is one. I guess Metallica won. I guess it's, but honestly though, as great as that music video is, I also kind of didn't like it, and here's why. Why? Because the music would fade out for the dialogue, and I hated that.
That is true. That's true. It would.
Kind of hated that. Yeah. I liked that the music video told the story of the song. But I almost kind of didn't like the fact that the music video overtold the story of the song. Like it had to spoon feed the audience. Like, this is what's going on. The music will drown out so we can show you what's going on. And we can make you feel what the characters are feeling, even though the music is already doing that, if you can perceive it. But no. We got to spoon feed. Yeah. Like, the music already tells that story. The music tells the story beautifully. It tells the story of the rage, the inner rage, and the inner despair. It tells it beautifully, but you have to perceive it on an abstract level. Yeah. The music video does it on a non-abstract level. It's like, no, now we're spoon feeding. So that's my problem with music videos. They're almost too cookie cutter. They're too upfront. There's no audience participation. Yeah. Like, it's not like you have to figure out what the songs are. Yeah. It'd be like if in I don't know, like a Stanley Kubrick movie, if there was a narrator telling you everything that was going on, it's like the audience needs to figure out what's going on. That's the beauty of art, is you perceiving what's going on.
A lot of the late 80s, early 90s music videos were a lot live music videos. Like, they would show live footage of them singing the song or whatever, playing it live and all that. So I mean that was there, for you to,
So here's a good one that comes to mind that fits the mold a little better. Yeah. Even though I said one initially, here's a good one. Black Hole Sun's a great video. Okay, that's a good one where because it's so out there. Yeah. It's so fucking out there. It's so weird, and it's just it's almost kind of like. Even like the old lady with the fucking gigantic vibrator that's putting on lipstick on and stuff like that. It's like, so what the fuck is going on? But it fits. It almost fits the weirdness of the song. Kind of.
My favorite probably was, Korn's Freak on a Leash. Great video with a bullet, flying around. It's kind of fun to watch.
That's almost more of a technical. Yeah. Like a technically great video.
Yeah. I did like what Pantera had a fun live video of Domination, right? It was on rotation.
It's a live video.
It was a live video.
Does that count?
Yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, but music videos were fucking king in the early or late 80s, early 90s, late 90s too, especially late 90s, early 2000s with the MTV era. So that's
the MTV era was long before that.
Yeah, but
late 80s.
But it blew up late 90s, early 2000s.
No, that's just what you remember. It blew up long before that. Probably did. Yeah, it really did.
There you go. That's our music talk. Now let's get into movies and TV shows. What have we?
If you haven't noticed, as the show goes on, Steve's I do too. I get drunker and drunker.
But you're more coherent than I am.
Yeah. I'm amazed you imagine to get out the word coherent effectively.
Whoa! I said a strong word there.
You did.
There we go. I got a best of 2024 of movies and TV shows.
Okay.
So I'm gonna list them, and you give her, for movies, best of 2024. This is my list. I'll give you what my number one is, and then you can shoot I didn't watch that, I didn't watch that, I didn't watch that, I didn't watch that.
Probably would be what happens. Yeah.
So best movies 2024. Carry On, which was on Netflix. Fantastic movie.
I heard it sucked.
Love it. No, it does not suck. No, it's great. Great shit. Smile 2.
I heard it sucked.
Insane movie. Better than the first one. The fucking mindfuck of that movie is great.
I haven't even seen the first one.
I know you didn't. Deadpool and Wolverine. I know you've seen that.
Of course, yeah.
That's fucking fantastic. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That came out early 2024. It's a great movie.
I have not seen it. I've heard great things, yeah.
Civil War. Great. I love the way.
Civil War, really?
Yes.
That's on your list for.
It's on my list for best because we've talked about this in the past. The way the way the movie was perceived in theatrical, trailer wise, it's completely different than what it actually is. Alien Romulus. Did you see it yet?
Romulus.
Did you see it?
Romulus. No, I have not. I should because I'm a big Alien mark.
Come on.
I know. I'm a gigantic Alien fan, so I don't know how I haven't seen it, but somehow I haven't seen it because I'm behind on fucking everything. My life sucks. I'm sorry. I'm behind on everything.
Ugh. It's What's Inside is on Netflix. It's a trippy fucking movie, dude. It's about
it's What's Inside. Is that what we're still talking about? Alien Romulus?
No,
I'm
it's
lost.
a different movie. Movie. It's What's Inside is a trippy fucking movie. It's about this game they play where we would switch bodies, but there's 5-6 different people would switch bodies. You don't know who's who, and just it's a fucking mindfuck of a movie. This is a great movie. Cadio Lake. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why I put that on there. It's a good movie, but not that great. Quiet Place Day 1. You seen 1 and 2?
Of course, yes.
Day 1 is pretty good.
Haven't
pretty
seen
solid.
Day 1.
Pretty solid movie.
I'm behind.
You're
sorry.
so be fucking.
I know.
Maxine, the threequel or the sequel to the two movies. X and what's the fucking other one? There's Maxine. I can't remember the other one. Sorry, I'm blanking. But the trilogy ending is a fantastic movie. I love it. Jackpot, which was on Peacock.
It's not a good movie.
Which was with John Cena.
It's not. Come on, stop.
It's good. It's funny. It's funny, good.
It doesn't belong on your list, though. Fucking Christ.
Bad Boys Ride.
Hold on. Stop it.
Well, Jackpot.
You're,
I'm going to put a comedy.
Stop it. Your list of the best of 2024 includes fucking Jackpot. Your list is invalidated. You fucking seriously? That's on your best.
Well, you didn't make a fucking list.
It doesn't matter. I don't need to. Your shit is that's
because you haven't watched shit.
That's one of your best movies of the year.
Yeah, a good buddy comedy movie.
Fuck,
it's good,
dude.
It's good.
Jesus Christ! Is it just because it has John Cena in it? Is that all it takes nowadays? Just gotta have a wrestler in it. That was great.
Kind of. Bad Boys Ride or Die was really good. Really good movie. Did you see the one before Bad Boys Ride or Bad Boys for Life? Did you see Bad Boys for Life?
It wasn't good.
I like Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys Ride or Die is good. Monkey Man. It's on Peacock. That was really fucking good movie. Fantastic movie. Love it. Okay. Anything that stands out to you? Deadpool and Wolverine probably stands out to me.
So I want to take a moment and talk about Gladiator 2.
I didn't see it yet.
I did. And I feel like this movie is almost like unfairly polarizing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would hate on this movie. Like I can understand why.
I haven't.
Well, honestly, like
no.
From a let me rephrase. From a rational standpoint, I don't understand how you would hate on this movie. From a internet black and white standpoint, I could see how people would hate on it because it's like the Marvel thing. It's like, well, if it's not great, then it must be bad. It's like, well, no, there's plenty of in between.
From what I've heard from other people that's seen it, it's you remember like the member berries. It's like the same movie from the first one,
No.
but like just rehashed and
No.
different. That's what people have told me.
No, it's really not.
No,
It's not.
they're lying. Okay,
Yeah, they are.
all right.
They are. They're jumping on the internet bandwagon.
Yeah,
No, it's not the same movie. Now, what I will say is that there are elements that are very similar, for sure. Yeah, but I feel like they did a good job of making a sequel out of a movie that did not warrant a sequel at all. Like it really didn't feel forced.
Yeah.
It felt pretty organic. Honestly, it felt like it was a natural sequel to a movie you never expected to be a sequel to. And it was fun. It was entertaining. It was fun. The story made sense. It was good. The actors did a good job. What's his name? The main star of the movie? I forget his name. Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. He did a great job. Denzel Washington, of course, is he's Denzel. What are you gonna fuck with? Yeah. I feel like he got a lot of attention, including getting nominated for awards and stuff like that. I feel like his character could have. My one critique for the movie, I feel like his character could have had a little bit better backstory than it did. That's my only critique. Is I feel like his character needed a little bit more depth, but the way he played it was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome, and the movie itself was fun. Like I'm not gonna say it's as good as the original because it's not. Yeah. It's not, but it doesn't need to be. It's a movie that, to me, like it's a movie that did not need a sequel, and the fact that they made a sequel out of it that was good and watchable and entertaining is a pretty big feat because that movie did not need a sequel.
There you go.
It really didn't.
All right.
So, what else?
I got one more, but
one more as you got.
So this movie did not. It came into theaters unrated. Did not go through the rated aspect. It wasn't
called
rated
the MPAA.
R. Yeah, it wasn't. They didn't go through there. It was rated unrated, pretty much. Beat Joker 2, week 2, outgrossed them.
It was not unrated.
Yeah, it was unrated.
No,
never was rated through the MPAA.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
I bet you $100.
Terrifier 3.
It was rated.
No, it wasn't.
It was rated R.
It was not rated R. Guarantee it wasn't. Outgrossed Joker 2.
That's not a
week
feat
2.
because
it is a feat because it's
Joker flopped.
Yeah, they flopped because a $250 million budget fucking movie
and it flopped
over a $5-10 million.
So beating it's not a great feat.
It is a great, huge feat.
Not really,
especially an unrated movie.
No.
Yes.
Unrated movies.
Unbelievable. I love that movie. Fantastic. That's like
your claim to fame is that it beat Joker Folie à Deux.
Yes.
That movie was a gigantic flop. It's not a great feat. It's a
little
bar to
great
clear.
Feat. No, especially for the money they poured into that fucking movie.
Yeah,
that movie, Terrifier 3, I think is going to change the way Hollywood fucking puts budgets movies from now on. It's ridiculous.
No, because movies have done low budget movies have done that many times over.
And this one fucking did. It was nuts.
Yeah, it's not. And by the way, it's not the first movie to do that at all. Blair Witch Project did that fucking 20 years ago. It and made a lot more money than Terrifier 3.
Probably did.
Yeah, and lower budget. So it's not gonna change everything.
No, I don't. I probably won't. But
and by the way, Joker.
The fact that it did,
Folie à Deux was not like it was a flop. Like it was saying it beat that is crazy. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds cool on paper, but realistically, it's not. Joker was a huge flop. Like I haven't seen it, by the way. Did you see it?
No, I have not yet.
It's
on Max.
I don't like musicals.
I don't like musicals either. So, but eventually, I will watch it. Yeah.
Does she like musicals?
She didn't want to watch it, but eventually she does want. I didn't see it in theaters, but she does want to watch it, and I will eventually.
I bet she was all over Wicked though.
Oh, 100%. She took the kids to it.
Not I.
I did not partake at all either.
I'm gonna see my way.
Did your wife and the kids take it? Partake?
Yeah, they did.
Of course. Yeah, that's the demographic, as they You know,
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get
don't
it.
get it
I'm not a big Wizard of Oz guy. Maybe that's what
I'm
it
not a
is.
musical guy, so
Well, that too. but
even
I'm also not a big
even
Wizard.
though it's
And
in
Wizard
high
of Oz
school-
and Wizard of Oz might be my most hated musical of all time.
yeah.
I hate musicals. Okay, there's a long list. And we want to get in a list. There's a long list of musicals I hate.
I still gotta get to
Wizard
the
of
TV
Oz
show.
might be at the top because there is nothing worse in this world than hearing the Cowardly Lion sing his fucking song.
Oh my god.
If I were king of the forest, I mean, I'm telling you, like that's just like it makes me want to quit movies, and I'm a movie nut.
Yeah.
I am a huge movie buff.
If you ever,
Even though he's
watch
seen more movies in the last year, I've seen
Yeah.
more movies
you've probably seen.
than this guy has seen
Yeah.
his entire
I
lifetime
agree.
by far.
I agree.
I'm a movie nut.
I agree.
I fucking can't stand The Wizard of Oz.
There you go.
So Wicked is not on my radar. That's for sure.
Not me either. No. All right. Well, best TV shows of 2024. We got Teacup on Peacock, which was really, really interesting movie. Movie show. Sorry, I'm in shows now. It's shows. It's about some sort of crazy like alien takeover, and like they can't like go through a certain area.
Spoiler
of the woods.
alert.
You know, it's maybe it's an alien. I don't know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Agatha All Along.
Great.
Great. Fantastic.
Okay. So,
Outstanding show.
Okay. So I
Love it.
I have to clear
Thank
the
you,
air.
Marvel.
Fantastic. But I just
Oh my God, here we go.
I have to
Another
ask this
tangent.
question. I have to ask this question. So,
Yes.
is Catherine Hahn as hot to you as Agatha as she is to me? Because I would not view her as a sex symbol at all. Never. But as Agatha, oh my God, why is she smoking fucking hot, dude? I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
And I mean, I love me. I love.
But when she was like at the beginning, right? She was like that, I'm like like pants all the way up, and like
Well, the
detective,
detective,
detective. Still.
As Agatha, what the fuck? What is it about her?
I don't know.
Like it's just fucking. It's hot as fuck. And I'm a big Aubrey Plaza fan. I love me some Aubrey Plaza. She's smoking hot, and she's a great actress too. By the way, like I don't want to objectify her. She's also a great actress, but. What is it about like fucking Agatha just makes me like Catherine Hahn's all of a sudden like smoking hot to me? I'm just like, wow.
Great stuff. But I feel like that show did wonders for Marvel. Like it there's no like canon on back stuff almost besides like the WandaVision stuff, but yeah, it's
someone asked me if you should watch anything before watching Agatha. I'm like, yeah, you should absolutely watch WandaVision. Like
WandaVision is probably the only thing you could probably want to watch.
Yeah, but even WandaVision, but you can't watch WandaVision without the canon either, though. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like you can't just watch WandaVision and nothing else. You have to have all the stuff before that. That's a lot of canon. It's a lot of canon.
You would think they would have seen that, right? It's not like, oh, I'm watching WandaVision. But
I don't know.
Never seen any Marvel stuff.
You never know. But I mean,
is doing that?
But to really get WandaVision, you have to have seen all of it.
You do.
You really do.
Well, from Age of Ultron.
Yeah, but who?
I would say from Age of Ultron.
I mean, who hasn't seen the shit before that? Everybody saw the shit before that. It was more when they started to get like big. That there's stuff that might slip through the cracks. But I mean, to me, like to really appreciate what they're doing, you have to see all of it. And but it's a credit to them that it can still be entertaining without seeing all of it. But to really understand what they're doing, you have to see the whole. It's comic books. It's comic books in a nutshell. That's what they've done so well is bringing comic books to the next medium. Is because with comic books, yes, you can jump in and appreciate what a particular story here and there. You can absolutely. But if you were there all along, then it's like, whoa, shit. Then
there you go. Next show, The Penguin. Did you watch it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's
outstanding show.
By far, it's the best Batman thing I've seen since the Chris Nolan Batmans.
Ooh.
By far.
Oof, yeah.
It blows away Most things blow away the Zack Snyder stuff, but and then to me it blows away the Matt Reeves Batman movie. I like that movie, but I felt it was sorely overrated. For one, it's entirely too long.
It is long.
But that's an easy thing to pick on. Besides that, there were other elements besides that, because the length, like I wasn't bored during the movie or anything like that. I felt like it could have been shorter for sure, but I wasn't like bored or anything. Yeah. So there were other things in it that I didn't particularly like. Catwoman, I felt the depiction of Batman was pretty lame to me. Like the best part of that movie. The best part of that movie was Colin Farrell. I mean, period. Like, to me,
he's just a fantastic. His is just outstanding. His portrayal of the Penguin.
No, it's incredible. It's incredible. So I find it interesting because Kristen Milioti got a lot of press.
A lot of love.
And she deserves
Just due as well.
And she deserves it. Yes. However, Colin Farrell deserves about 10 times as much because it's just insane. And so I made this. So for example, just an example. So my daughter really loved the Penguin show. She loved Kristen Milioti. She thought she was amazing. And so when Jodie Foster won the Golden Globe, that was the latest.
Latest
award show.
Yeah.
So when Jodie Foster won the Best Actress award over Kristen Milioti, she's like, I was disappointed. I was like, well, to be fair, Jodie Foster. Okay, if we want to talk about shows,
detective.
Jodie Foster was incredible in that show.
I didn't see it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm a big True Detective fan. I love that series on HBO. Every season, including the second season.
Actually, I haven't watched any of those.
You should immediately because they're amazing.
I'm in the middle of
the
Sopranos.
The first, third, and fourth season of True Detective. Fourth one is with Jodie Foster. Are incredible. Now the second one is the one that people hate on. Sneaky underrated.
Okay.
Because it's actually got some really great stuff in it. Colin Farrell's amazing. Vince Vaughn is great. Like, that show, to me, the second season of True Detective is actually vastly underrated because I quite enjoyed it. Now, is it as good as all the rest of them? No, it's not. But it doesn't have to be. It can still be good in its own right without being great. It can still be good. We don't have to, not every Marvel series has to be fucking Endgame or fucking Loki or WandaVision. It can still be good. It can be Ant-Man. It doesn't have to be Endgame, right? So, anyway, I digress. But the point is that I was making the comparison. So, to me, the reason Jodie Foster won, if I was to put my own picture on it, is because her character was much more... there was much more depth to her character. Like, it was much more of a realistic character. Like, Kristen Milioti's character was great. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But it was also kind of 1 to 2 dimensional. Jodie Foster's character was a fully 3-dimensional character that you could picture existing in real life. And the way she played it was fantastic. So I have no problem with her winning the award over Kristen Milioti. And the same thing can be said with Colin Farrell. Because the way he plays the Penguin is a fully 3-dimensional character that you could picture viewing in real life, which is something to be said for the Penguin, because the Penguin is a very cartoonish character at times. The way it's portrayed at times depends on the medium, but most of the times it's portrayed as a very cartoonish character. And the way he plays it is so realistic and so believable,
so great,
And it's a fully fledged 3-dimensional character with a ton of depth. Much in the same way that Jodie Foster's character in True Detective is. So that was the comparison I made to where it's like, I have no problem with Jodie Foster winning over Kristen Milioti. As great as she was, Jodie Foster is incredible in that True Detective series. If you haven't watched it, watch it. HBO, as always, does amazing shit with their TV series.
Dominates.
Like, and that season of True Detective is no exception. It's fantastic. Jodie Foster is incredible. And Kristen Milioti was incredible as well, but Jodie Foster was another level. And so was Colin Farrell. To bring it back around, Colin Farrell, we talked about this before, it's not just the character stuff he does, it's the body language. It's the speech pattern, the cadence in his speech,
Jesus Christ.
the facial expressions he does with his speech, the way he gets annoyed and angry, and like the way he changes like his mood. Like it's just every little piece is there. There's so much depth. You can believe that he's a real person.
Reminds me of The Sopranos a little bit. Yeah.
It feels like it's a real person. And whereas Chris Milioti was a little bit more, ironically, a little bit more of a comic book character.
So those two shows, Agatha Along, The Penguin, are probably the top best shows to watch from 2024. I got still some more. Superman and Lois, finished the season. Did you watch any
Only
of
bits
it?
and pieces. I haven't watched the whole thing. No.
It's good. I like how they ended it. It's fantastic. Good way to end this season.
I'm the biggest fan. Superman mark there probably is. And all the other Superman marks out there will say that it's does faithful justice to Superman. So I'm on board with that. My only problem with the show has always been the CW aesthetic.
Well, I mean, it's Superman and Lois, so you got to get the Lois part into it, which is the CW part of it.
I'm just more the CW being super melodramatic. That's all.
I mean, you got to have a little bit of that, I guess.
You don't have to. They just do because of the CW.
I guess. I know you're not a big fan of The Walking Dead anymore, but The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and the Book of Carol. It's fantastic. It's outstanding, especially The Ones Who Live with Rick coming back.
Yeah.
It's fucking outstanding show.
Well,
it's fantastic.
It
tells that story.
I really want to watch that because
especially the Rick one.
I was a huge mark for The Walking Dead, and I just felt like it went on too long. That was my own criticism, is that it went on too long.
And the one with Daryl Dixon and Carol, it's good because they're outside of the U.S. or in France. And
I know, but
it's a different kind of
the problem is that I didn't jump onto it just because I'd skipped. So I felt like I'd skipped too much.
You might have to rewatch something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. And I don't have a problem doing that. It's just a big undertaking. That's all.
Terminator Zero. Did you
not watch that? I heard it was great, though. Heard it was great.
Watch that, motherfucker. It's fantastic. It's a great fucking show. Bad Batch. Final season.
Fuck, I still need to watch this.
Watch it!
That show's great.
Oh,
man.
great. It's great. Especially the final season. Great.
Yeah,
it's kind of like how I think we were talking earlier about What If. It's kind of like a bunch of one-off episodes here and there. But the one-off episodes build to the ending crescendo.
What I loved about that show is what I absolutely loved about that show, and why trust me, I know I need to watch the final season. I've been advocating to watch it for a long time. The family just got to jump on board. But what I loved about that show is the slow burn aspect. The fact that it kind of lulls you into a false sense of what the show was, and then all of a sudden it started to get more dark and more dramatic.
It did.
And all of a sudden I'm watching the show and being like, this show shouldn't be this good. Yeah. It really shouldn't be this good, but it is. And it just kind of built to that point. It was just like climbing, this fun kind of cool little Star Wars show, and all of a sudden it just gets pretty deep, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, where'd this come from? I wasn't expecting this, and it's really well done. It's really well written.
You try and figure out.
Dave Filoni is
that great question of somehow Palpatine returned. That question's trying to get answered in that show. What else? Cobra Kai. I know you're knee deep into it. You've almost finished it. The fucking last episode of that part 2 is insane.
And the rest is still coming too.
God damn it. Finish it, please, so I can talk about it. Good God. You're going to be I hope you're not disappointed.
So let me tell you something about that show. Let me tell you something about that show. Is that show never ceases to amaze. Because it's so cheesy, but so good at the same time. And I don't know how it pulls it off. I really don't. I don't know how it pulls it off because, so even the last episode we watched, it just, the season has been, to be fair, it's been a little cheeseball. It's been a little cheeseball building up to this point with the melodrama and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, the melodrama starts to hit a little bit. And it's like, when you see,
grows.
I know, but when you see fucking Johnny tell Miguel, you're my son too, it's like it should feel cheesy, but it's like I kind of get it. It works on its own level. It works, And that's the story of that show. Is this always just worked? No matter how cheesy it gets, it works. Somehow the proverbial captured lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
They managed to make it work despite the fucking cheesiness and the melodrama. Unlike CW, which you're talking about, which works in spots but not consistently. Yeah. Cobra Kai just manages to pull it all together somehow. I don't know how, but they do it. It's just fucking. And you're watching it, you're like, why am I feeling tears coming on here? I really shouldn't with this fucking show, but somehow I am.
Yeah. It's great. Especially the last episode. Oh my God, dude. I can't wait till you see it. I hope I'm not over fucking, delivering it, but it's fantastic. What else? This aired in 2024, but I kind of finished it in 2025. Squid Game season 2.
2025 just started.
I know. Squid Game season 2. Fantastic. I know you didn't watch. Did you watch season 1?
I still haven't watched season 1.
You gotta watch. I know you're not.
There's so much.
There's so much content. I know, but it's you gotta watch it. It's a really good. I mean, it's Korean, but it's really good. Just awesome show with awesome characters, awesome stakes, in drama, in action. It's fantastic.
You say Korean like that's.
Well, I don't know if you like reading subtitles all the time.
I don't give a shit about that. So
that's the thing. That's my thing. Like you have to watch.
So here's the thing about.
Korean does fucking just fantastic shows all the time.
Not just shows, movies. Like the Korean film industry has really taken off, starting with like the director who did Parasite.
Right? Yes.
He also did Train to Busan,
which was
fantastic.
In the sequel, not as good, but
Train to Busan was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
The one he did before that was The Monster in the River. I forget what the name of that. What the fuck was the name of that movie? Help me out, people. The Monster in the River in Korea. It was fucking great. It was a monster movie. It was great. I don't know. It was one of his first major features, and it was fantastic. But anyway, the point is that there's stuff coming out of that region, that region that they do good. They do
All
really
of
good
Us
shit.
Are Dead is another one that's about a zombie. It's like a 8 to 10 episode show. It's really good. And I've heard from word of mouth that The Kingdom is really good as well. And I think it's a Korean show as well. It's another zombie kind of TV show, and I've heard that was really good. I haven't seen that, but I've recommend. I got.
And you saw Parasite, right?
Parasite's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah.
Great. So you gotta
really,
watch Squid Game. You gotta get on that bandwagon.
So okay, I got one for you. Another bandwagon. I mentioned this to you before. Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus.
I don't have Apple, but all right.
So Gary Oldman is a legend. You know, he's a legend for a reason. And in this show, he it's just pure legend. Like every line he speaks is like he's just fucking god. Like Gary Oldman is the man. But the other characters in that show are great too. It's a great character show, and if you love spy thrillers, it's fantastic. Mm-hmm. It's about MI5 agents, and it's the writing and the character development, and each season it's a short, punchy season like Peaky Blinders. 6 episodes each season.
That's doable.
It's punchy as shit, and each season is kind of like a different case, if you will.
Okay.
But it's not like a detective case. It's more like a spy thriller, MI5 case, where it's like there's this intrigue going on. There's all the spy shit going on. And it's cool, and it's just espionage, and it's really well done in the way it all unfolds, and the characters are all really great, and the acting is top notch. Gary Oldman is just a legend. Like you can't fuck with that guy.
Fuck yeah.
And fantastic show.
Something I gotta check. I gotta get Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV.
It's
usually I'm like fuck Apple, but all right.
It's well, yeah, me too. But it's up there with some of the best. Yeah. Especially from a short form show, not 13 episodes, fucking 10 episodes, whatever.
Well, usually episodes nowadays are about 8 to 12. Usually nowadays.
That's a kind of a sweet spot to me.
They're no longer 24.
Well, that was
episodes.
network TV.
That was network TV.
Yeah,
the
streaming always went up to 13 was like the max.
It's easy. You see 8 to 12. I don't really see 13 as much. It's usually
I say 13 because that was Netflix for a while.
I never even seen. I don't really see 13 as much anymore.
That was Netflix's model for a while.
Maybe.
All the Netflix shows were 13 episodes for a while there. It was back when. Like Daredevil and all the Defender shows were all 13 episodes.
That's true. Yeah,
so
right.
there was that was kind of, now they've kind of found the sweet spot where it's more
6
closer
to 12.
It's more
6
10.
to 12.
Yeah,
it's mostly 10.
10. Yeah.
10's the max. Usually, it's rare that you get a 12.
But 6 is punchy to me. Like 6, to me, Peaky Blinders is one of the best series of all time, and it's so lean and mean. Yeah. 6 episodes each season. Like it told the story more like a movie and less like here's another next week. It's like it's more like a long form movie, and it just works a little bit better.
Yeah. There you go.
But Sopranos, what was Sopranos? Was that 13? Was that 10 episodes? 12? 13? I don't remember. It's
13.
13, yeah. That was
I just finished season 4. So I'm on next is season 5 here. So this is fucking great.
Finished that?
No.
Sopranos is
I'm working on it. I just finished season 4. Fantastic.
You know what you need to watch next?
What?
The Wire.
I've never
Another
seen it.
legendary
I've never
show.
seen it.
Legendary HBO show.
There you go. Fuck, so much to watch. I'm with you. So much to watch, so much content. All right. Just 2 more. The WWE Bloodline storyline is fantastic. It deserves an Emmy to this point. It's just outstanding the way they did this storyline.
An Emmy?
Calm
down.
An Emmy is from
Calm the
start
fuck
of
down, wrestling fan.
With The Rock, the way everything went through WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, I know I need another beer in a sec. The way everything just flowed, and the highlight of that was when, it was a torn between Roman Reigns was off, and then Solo Sikoa came in no, I'm the tribal chief now because Roman Reigns lost, and then Paul Heyman comes out, Solo Sikoa, you are not my tribal chief. And then Paul Heyman goes through a fucking announce table and he looked like he fucking didn't sleep for 3 days and looked miserable. It was a fantastic storyline. It's still going on to right now. It deserves a fucking Emmy, dude. This storyline, Bloodline storyline has been going on since 2020. And it's still fucking going on. It's still intriguing to me. I think if you've watched current wrestling, you would be intrigued as well. It is fantastic. It's fantastic.
Perhaps I might be, but Emmy?
Emmy, yes. WWE deserves an Emmy. 52 weeks a fucking year, they're on TV, and they've written so much good content, especially this Bloodline content. It deserves some sort of. For the life of me, I don't understand why they don't get an Emmy.
Hey, fuck it. Give the NWO a retroactive Emmy for all I care.
Yeah, NWO should have been there too. It's fucking entertainment, and there's nothing like it to this day. My last great of 2024 was Love Is Blind UK version. It was fantastic. Just leaving it there.
Love Is Blind. What?
Tell us about Love Is Blind, Chris.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything to tell. I have nothing to tell. That's a good looking beer if I've ever seen one. Love Is Blind.
Yes.
Well.
Don't you stepping on my shoelace there? Don't you love Love Is Blind?
I don't know what Love Is Blind
UK
is.
Version, right?
I don't know what that is.
No, you sure?
Is that a reality TV show? It sounds like a reality TV show.
It is. This is the greatest reality TV show of all time.
That's a very low bar to clear.
You sure?
Yeah, because reality TV is the doldrums. It's the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
It's the shit in your toilet. Bottom feeding.
Yeah. So we went long for the best of 2024 there, movies and TV shows. Anything currently you've been watching? I know we discussed a little bit of What If, right? What If was decent enough. I liked it from
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do see the criticism about it not some of the stuff. Like I wish they would have included in the final kind of gathering.
Yeah.
Like, for me, Red Guardian and Winter Soldier, like that would have been cool to include in the last.
Cool.
That would have been cool, but overall, it was still great.
Overall, it was good. Like I felt like season 1 and season 2, it felt like it had like a connection of every episode to the final
honestly,
finale.
I feel like that's revisionist history because season 1 did that. Season 2 didn't. Really
it did. Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes,
It connected some of it to the past.
Yeah, maybe. I may have to rewatch it again, but
it's the same thing the third season did.
Third season only connected really one episode from there, and then the last 2 episodes from What If are like connected.
It connected some of it, just like season 2 did, really. Because season 2, you really had this dark Doctor Strange against Captain Carter and Kahori. Yeah. It didn't connect everything.
Not everything, but
but season 3 kind of did the same thing. But you also had the Howard the Duck storyline that was connected in there,
a little bit connected,
and then you had the other characters that were connected in there. It just didn't connect everything. The first season was what really.
I wish there'd be more. I mean, this is the series finale. There's no more what ifs. I kind of wish would continue it a little bit. There's so much. But to me, again, that doesn't diminish whether that doesn't. I feel like it state whether the third season was good or not. No. The third season was still good. Like it was still entertaining and good. And when I turned it off, I'm like, that was really good. Like it wasn't like, oh, well, now it's not as good because it's not going to continue anymore. I don't know.
That's.
I mean, I like the battle scene at the end. It was good. It was good. It was epic as fuck. What else? Creature Commandos. Have you seen that yet?
But I want to.
Holy fuck.
Heard it's great.
Yeah. Don't watch it with underage children.
Look, I don't have those anymore.
Holy fuck.
Again, like I'm excited to see what James. I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with the DC universe.
That was nuts. I did not expect. I thought it was like some sort of like it's animated. So I was saying like animated cartoon.
James Gunn knows what he's doing, bro.
Like fuck, first episode there's some sex scenes and shit. Like what the fuck? And blood and it was great, dude. I watched it all. Fantastic, love it. You gotta watch that.
I'm excited for everything that James Gunn is doing. The only reason I haven't watched it is because I'm behind on shit.
I know you are.
But everything that James Gunn is about to do with the DC universe, I'm all on board for until he fucks it up.
Yeah. So what's canon with that is the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
First one and second one. That's what's canon that goes into that. So, Skeleton Crew. Did you
not yet? No, because I still have to watch Bad Batch. I said I'm behind. I still haven't watched Bad Batch the last season yet, so I'm gonna watch Skeleton Crew first. No, I gotta watch Bad Batch first.
Obviously, yes.
Still fucking behind.
Obviously, Skeleton Crew, good. I like it a lot. It's a cool.
Got great reviews.
Goonies, piratey, great feel to it. It's a good family.
I've always loved
family fun show.
I've always loved Jude. I've always loved Jude Law's great. Yeah, he's always been good. Yeah. I've always enjoyed him. Even in Captain Marvel, he was fantastic.
The only criticism I would get is same with what was the other Star Wars show that recently that got canceled. It was with
the shit beer.
two kids.
Yeah, I know beer. Oh fuck that.
Was it
the Acolyte.
Acolyte. Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. Great show. Great show. Really the only criticism was there was no reason why you would you're trying to figure out why certain things would happen. Like Jude Law's character, you don't understand why he's doing certain things because they wouldn't tell the backstory until the very end.
That's fine.
Which I agree with is fine, but at a time maybe you don't I don't really I guess you're trying to figure it out. I don't care. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. You still at the end of it, you still kind of
But that's fine. I don't understand.
Why would I want a backstory and I can figure it out myself?
But that's what I'm saying. It's why are okay? It has to do with the nerd culture and being hypercritical of things like Star Wars and Marvel. It's like in any other show, you wouldn't be questioning it so much. You would not. You would just be like, oh, well, they're just human fucking characters, and we don't know what they're doing because they're fucked up. I mean, because humans are fucked up.
I don't know what
Star Wars is like, no, we need to know. We need the roadmap
now.
Yes.
We need to know now. What is his intentions?
It's fucking stupid.
Who is this person? Give me info now.
It's stupid. It's like, can't they just be fucking humans that fuck up and do stupid shit? Like that's kind of like what happens. Like when you watch like Sopranos. Sopranos doesn't lay everything out for you in a nice little bow. It doesn't, because there's supposed to be gray area. There's supposed to be like, you're supposed to be like, well, wait a minute. I don't really know where they're going here. I don't really know what this character is doing here. I don't really quite understand their motivation, but that's kind of what makes them interesting. It's like, I don't understand what does Christopher think his future is going to be? Like, why is he still here? Why hasn't he left yet? Does he feel obligated? Is he pulled because of his family, because of his legacy, because of his father, because of this, because of that, because of his allegiance to Tony? What is it? We don't need a clear picture to be like, we like this character, but all of a sudden when it's nerd culture, it's like,
I gotta know why he's doing this immediately.
Otherwise, I think you're a bad writer.
Yeah, bad writer.
It's stupid.
But I like Sound's Crew. This is a cool adventure, like Goonies, like piratey Goonies feel to it. It's really good. I liked it a lot. So make sure you watch that. That's kind of all I've got for movies and TV shows and all that from 2024 and beyond. Start watching shit, man. That's all I gotta tell you. We watch, you listen is my tagline.
Did we ever talk about Monarch on here?
Yes, way back when we first started.
I can't remember.
Yeah, when we first started. Apple TV, yes.
That's old school, I know. It's like old news at this point, right?
Godzilla was -1. Did you see it yet?
I did.
Oh, what did you think?
It was fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Even the daughter loved it. She was like, that was a great movie.
Great fucking movie.
I remember in her ratings, she does like ratings on Letterboxd, right? You know what Letterboxd is? It's the app where you can like rate movies and shit, and you can like comment.
I thought it was like what's the Rotten Tomatoes or
no, Rotten Tomatoes is the website. Okay. Letterboxd is like an app.
I didn't know. I don't have that.
Rotten Tomatoes is like a website
that people critics and then audience
reviews on there are garbage, but don't listen to audience reviews. They're garbage. They're pretty fucking garbage. But Letterboxd, you can get garbage on there too. But you can also write your own reviews and stuff like that. So it's like, which I guess you can do on Rotten Tomatoes, but Rotten Tomatoes you go to more for critics to me, because the audience reviews, like you see some shit on the audience reviews. I'm like, I go to Rotten Tomatoes for critics reviews because that's a good source to be able to gather critics reviews and see what critics are saying. Yeah. Audience reviews, you get a lot of stupid shit on there. You could be like, I hate this movie because I hate this guy. Yeah. You know, it's dumb.
I mean, yeah. I'm back and forth with Rotten Tomatoes because I agree with you that critics, it's more of like the horror thing, right? If critics love horror, then it's a must watch. It's going to be great because critics hate fucking horror. Yes. Hate horror. So when critics do hate horror, I kind of lean towards, okay, maybe it's good. It's kind of like a double-edged sword almost, right? Because critics don't understand horror. But when horror is really good...
It's not that. It's that if you followed critics for a long time, which I have, because I've been a movie buff for a really long time.
I can't judge it. I don't know.
I can. I know how to read critics' reviews. It's very simple. It's very simple. You understand when something is critic bait and when something is not. Yeah. When something is critic bait, you understand how to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. When something is not critic bait, you understand how to take it with a grain of salt. But there are still nuggets you can take from it that are helpful. Yeah. So horror movies, for example, yes. If they give a horror movie glowing reviews, you know it's going to be fucking pretty fantastic. If they give a horror movie shitty reviews, you know, okay, well, this has a chance to be bad, but it could also be good from an enjoyability standpoint, because a lot of horror movies that are bad are still enjoyable. So, and there's other things too, like if a superhero movie comes out and it gets glowing reviews, you know, okay, this is going to be pretty fantastic. If it comes out and it gets not great reviews, you're like, okay, it's not going to be as good as I expect it to be, but it might still have some redeeming qualities. Might still have a
I agree with you that Rotten Tomatoes on critics kind of almost nail superhero movies. Almost, they almost nail it.
But it
To an
depends
extent.
because it's close. It's not quite the horror movie dichotomy because
Yeah.
horror movies, it's very black and
pretty
white.
black and white. Yeah.
But with superhero movies, there are some gray areas there. Like yes, if it's in the 90 percentile or 80 percentile in superhero movies, you know it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
If it's in the 70s percentile, you know there's a great chance it's gonna be good. If it's 80 or 90, you know it's good. It's just good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If it's 70 percentile, you know there's a really good chance it's gonna be good. Anything below that, you know, okay, well, there's going to be elements of it that are going to be good, some that are probably not going to be. And then you got to judge for yourself. You really got to judge for yourself at that point. Now, when it's a dramatic movie, then you can kind of, you know, when it's not a genre piece. A genre piece is different. Sci-fi, horror, comic book, that's different because critics are very binary on that stuff. But when it's like a drama piece, that's when it's a little bit more kind of like, you know, there's some gray area there. Like if it's in the 70s and you're like, okay, this may not be what we expect it to be. If it's a Scorsese movie or a Ridley Scott movie or a Chris Nolan movie and it's in the 70s, but even like Interstellar was in the 70s.
It was.
It's a
great movie.
Incredible film. Incredible.
Wish I got to see it in the theaters.
I just went to see it in IMAX.
You did?
It's
you lucky bastard.
It's my daughter's
I wanted to see it again.
It's my daughter's favorite movie.
Yeah.
It's her favorite movie of all time. So I'm like, well, let's
I wanted to do it.
It's fucking incredible.
I bet.
It's incredible. It's an incredible film, but it's 76 on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's like you have to understand how to read critics' reviews. However, still a much better barometer than audience. Audience reviews are fucking all over. That shit's nonsense because people are dumb. I don't know how. It's not a safer way to put it. People are dumb.
You're stupid.
Sorry, but it's true. And you know, people have dumb opinions sometimes. It just is what it is.
That's great.
But with horror movies, definitely. Like if it's got a high rating, then you know it's going to be. You pretty much know it's going to be because critics do not like horror movies.
There you go. Well, that wraps up our movies and TV shows segment. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Any video games that maybe you want to talk about? They've been played.
Sorry, I want to back up.
Back up. Okay, we're not doing.
I want to back
games.
up.
Back up.
I want to back up. So, did you watch Furiosa?
No, I have not.
So I watched Furiosa.
Yeah. I've been wanting to. Just haven't.
You've seen Fury Road, right?
Yes.
Fury Road's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible film.
Good movie.
Such a great movie, so well directed, and the technical aspect of that movie, like there's so many great. There's a reason that movie was nominated for Best Picture in the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
As an action movie,
which
never happens unless you're
rare.
Unless you're Black Panther or Fury Road. Basically, that's it. That's the list right there. So, so I watched Furiosa.
Okay.
Really good movie.
Okay.
Really good. It's not Fury Road. It's not. Fury Road's way up
top
here.
notch. All right.
But one thing that struck me about Furiosa is it's a little overly long, but it also that didn't necessarily hurt it.
Yeah.
I think it benefited Fury Road from being shorter and more punchy. But Furiosa, it didn't really hurt it. But what it felt like to me is this is just an observation. It felt like to me if Tarantino did a Mad Max movie.
Really?
That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool from that aspect. Like it really felt like, and it's still, George Miller, who did the original Mad Max movies and who did Fury Road, and he also did Furiosa. He's a great director, but, and it's visually. That's the other thing I want to say. Visually, it's a stunning movie. Like how you can make a wasteland and a desert look fucking visually stunning. Somehow he does it. Like it's visually stunning. There's so many shots in that movie where you're like, wow, this looks amazing,
badass.
And
I've been wanting to watch it. It's just haven't had a chance.
In a desert wasteland, and it looks fucking amazing. And the way he frames it, and the way he shoots it is just beautiful. But the way the movie kind of unfolds, it had a slight Tarantino feel. Not as much like Tarantino movie is very dialogue heavy.
It is, yeah.
Which is great. It's one of his strengths. He's a great writer. But it wasn't like that. It was more just like the way it played out. It just felt kind of Tarantino-esque.
Yeah, I got you. All right,
Kind of Kill Bill.
watch.
Kind of Kill Bill-esque.
Must watch. All right, okay.
It's good.
I definitely will check that out.
I was behind. I was behind on that one. It's kind of old news. We do old news here. It is old news.
I still haven't watched it yet, anyway. But
we do old news here. That's what we do.
We do.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. Must watch.
Okay.
Must watch. Like if it's playing in the theater, you go fucking watch it tomorrow.
That's another one where you're like you see a horror movie that gets like 88% of Rotten Tomatoes. You're like, it must be good.
Watch that shit.
It must be good.
It is fantastic, dude. That movie. Fuck. What's his name? Skarsgård or
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Peter Skarsgård. Is it Peter?
I don't think it's Peter.
It's one of them. It's one of them.
Skarsgård, who played it, right?
Yeah,
the clown.
It's Peter, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's Peter.
It's not Alexander. I think it's Peter. Or is it Alexander? I don't know. I can't. I get the Skarsgårds mixed up.
Yeah, I guess Google will.
It's either Peter or Alexander, I think.
Bill.
Never mind. I was wrong on both counts. There's a lot of Skarsgårds. It's hard to keep track of.
He was fantastic as, Nosferatu and the Dracula kind of aspect.
It's not Dracula.
It's not. It's
I forget his name.
I can't remember either.
Beer.
I know I watched
Beer hurts the memory. It really does.
Fantastic movie. Must watch. Must own. Must own. Buy it on Blu-ray and 4K or whatever you want to fucking buy it on.
Streaming. Buy it on streaming.
Buy it on streaming. It is a fantastic movie, dude. It's a must watch. I mean, that's probably the recentest movie I've seen in theaters. So
the most recent.
Not
the recentest.
The recentest. Oh, I'm the bestest, fastest. EST. Whatever. All right. Well, that's it. Yeah, we done.
Fastest is right. Bestest is not.
Bestest, fastest. Scariest, I don't know.
Scariest is right. Fastest is good. Bestest is not.
I don't know. Whatever ESTNs and whatever.
ESPNs?
EST. Fastest. Greatest.
Wow. You see what happens, how this show devolves as the beers get deeper and deeper. It's called Beer Night, so I mean, it's bound to happen, but still.
I thought it was called Bald Night. We're all bald.
Yeah. Bald Night.
That's one of our comments.
Yeah, Ball Nights.
Should be called Ball Night.
Yeah, it's like, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah,
I'm glad you noticed something that's right in front of your fucking face.
Fucking 5 years ago. This is our 5-year episode. I had a full fucking head of hair, and it's gone.
Yeah, see, first episode would have been funny if you call it Balding Night.
Balding Night,
yeah. That would have been funny. But you're too late to the party, Broham.
Are we in here, or we should talk video games a little bit? Any video game?
I'm playing Planet Coaster 2.
Planet Coaster. I want to get that.
And Planet Zoo 2. Planet Zoo 1. There's no 2.
All right. I gotta get that game. I've been playing Red Dead 1 on PS3. I finished Jedi Survivor. It's fantastic. The maps are fucking huge, dude. Yeah. And it's a fantastic game. You gotta Star Wars fan, bro. You gotta play those 2 games. Jedi Survivor was the newest one.
I
can't remember the other Jedi. The one before it, Jedi something.
That's all good. But so you haven't got to the end of Red Dead 1 yet?
No, not yet. I'm almost there. Okay. I'm like
it's one of the
middle end almost. I'm almost there.
One of the best game endings ever.
Yeah.
So is the second one, by the way. The second one's
fantastic. Yeah, I finished the second one.
Dude,
good shit.
So good. Yeah. But the first one is what really fucking. There's some game endings in this world that have changed everything. To me, not just the ending of Metal Gear Solid, but the entire storyline of Metal Gear Solid changed everything. Yeah. But then, Last of Us, of course. Last of Us. Oh Jesus, that game ending.
Finished 2.
Yeah, I know, but the ending for the first one was fucking insane. Yeah. So good.
It's so good.
And so when the credits roll in that game, you're just like,
well,
but
all right, get on.
Okay. Well, what?
Keep talking.
Well, what?
I'm currently playing the second one.
Yeah.
All right.
So am I. But the first one,
the ending is fantastic with the show and everything like that coming. So I started playing the second one because I wanted to play the second one before the show starts to see if there's like any differences or similarities. So I'm in the middle of the second one right now, so replaying it again.
Yeah.
I think I played it. This is the third time playing through. So
nice.
Yeah.
But the ending to Red Dead is right up there because like it's so fucking cool. The ending and the epilogue, because the ending, the ending, I'll put in quotes, will leave you like, okay, and then the epilogue, the way the epilogue ends is like it's just pure fucking Western glory. Like it's such a Western.
Yeah,
it's such a cool Western ending that it's just like it's perfect. And then the second one,
it's the prequel to the first one. Right?
But the way the second one, but it doesn't matter. The way without it being prequel, if it's just standalone,
it's standalone
because it really is.
Yeah.
Like it's a prequel because it includes Marston, who that's what makes it a prequel. But if that wasn't there, you could have that as just
a separate,
just a standalone game. And the way it ends, it's kind of the same thing. There's the ending there, and it's different. It's not as much of a shock ending. It's more of an emotional ending in part 2 because of Arthur.
Yeah,
and then the epilogue is Marston. Right? Yeah. Spoiler alert. Fuck, you haven't played this game by now. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was late to the party, so I guess. But the first one, the way it ends is more shock value. It's like,
all right.
Okay, and then the epilogue is just like, okay, that's a Western right there.
Right,
it's cool.
Well,
it's cool as fuck.
I'm excited to get there. I think I'm almost there. So fantastic.
Where are you in it?
So I think I'm just past. I'm trying to figure out. I think I played it like a month ago, so I'm trying to remember.
A month ago?
Yeah, a month ago. I've been on the other system, so on the PS5. So, fuck, where am I at? I don't know. I can't remember at the moment. I just passed.
Well, that's good content for this
great
episode.
Fucking
yeah,
content.
I know that's really
I'm trying
good.
to remember where the fuck I'm at in that game. Yeah, I can't remember.
It's good. It's good.
I apologize for that. It's been a month since I played it, so
it's good.
I'm
glad we're talking about that.
Yes. But I'm in it. I'm in it.
I'm in it. Deep in it.
I'm deep in it.
One month at a time.
I'm gonna play it again eventually.
Eventually. Next month.
Probably next month. I'm trying to finish Last of Us Part 2, so I'm like really fucking deep into that game right now. I played the fuck out of that yesterday.
No, you've already played it a couple times.
I did, but I wanted to replay it, and then I'll play Red Dead 1 again. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's about it for video games, unless you got anything else.
No, I hardly have time to watch shows. That's
I
why I'm so behind.
Watch shows and video games, and
I built some sick theme parks in Planet Coaster too.
I bet.
Sick
theme parks. You'll never see them
and
here.
Planet Zoo. Got some animals, some grizzly bears.
I guess.
I don't have time for all this shit, man.
I know. I feel you. That wraps up episode 27 of Beer Night. I can't believe 27 in 5 years. 27 episodes in 5 years.
If you made it this far in this episode, congratulations.
Hero. Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy.
Holy shit.
Hey, let us know what
we hardly made it this far in this episode.
What we can do differently. I don't know. We're trying to, get
you want to open up that door?
Different ideas here and there. I don't know. We love drinking beer. We love talking a bunch of shit. We love talking about what we've, talked about in these episodes: sports, music, TV shows, video games, everything else in between. It's a fun time talking shit and drinking beer.
Here's a question: what do you guys want to hear?
Yeah, what do you want to hear?
What do you want to hear?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Does movie and TV talk bore you?
Yeah.
Or would you rather hear us talk about the latest TikTok video?
Yeah. Like we'll talk about Haktua or
If that's the case, then
or
we're
the-
fucked.
we're
Like,
fucked,
you know,
dude, 'cause-
just out of curiosity.
well, TikTok's going away here in about 3 days, so
There'll be a replacement.
They're replaced
It's the
by
same shit.
Red
It's all the
Zone or
same
whatever
shit.
it's called. I don't know, Red Tube or whatever it is.
Red Zone's football. Red Tube is porn.
Whoa!
So-
I don't know anything about that.
Football or porn?
I know Red Zone.
I was gonna say I know Red Tube.
What is
I know
that?
all about that.
What is that?
But Red Zone, I'm kind of
Yes,
foggy
Red
on.
Zone, yeah. I got Red Zone for free on my Direct TV. So.
You know what?
Sucker!
You know what else is nice?
What?
Red Tube is also free.
What is? I gotta look that up. I have no idea what that is.
I'm sure you have no
I
idea.
usually X and XX is what I usually get. Is that a thing? I don't know.
On that note, we bid you adieu, good people.
Good night.
No longer
Good
are we
fight.
going to hear porn site talk from Steve.
No,
It's over.
I don't watch any of that stuff.
You're welcome.
Hey you.
Bad guys live forever.
Mm-hmm.